Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I'm just showing you guys the sketch that my client chose, the top and this bottom. Again, you guys will need your patterns, your basic skirt, your basic sleeve pattern, and of course your basic bodice or basic dress pattern. The zipper I will be using is a YKK from Pacific Trimming in Sealed Thread, and I got a crushed velvet, and I got a purchase of 3 yards. First, you guys will take your fabric and fold it in half. Get your basic bodice or dress pattern, put it on fold, and mark down your client's measurements: waist, bust, and neck to waist. Cut it out, and this is what you guys should have, the basic bodice part. Next, this part is optional. I'm just cutting out the keyhole. It's a long keyhole from the chest to maybe her waist a little bit. Next, you guys will take your basic front bodice and trace it for your back bodice. Now I'm cutting a center seam down the back of my center back pattern, and of course I'm snapping, TikToking, all that stuff all in one same video. Now you should have 2 pieces, the front and the back, left and right. After that serge, make sure you go to your sewing machine, and you guys can add in your darts if needed. If not, it's okay. This is also optional. And this is my dart. After you're done, this is what your front should look like with the keyhole and your darts already put in. Next, I'm going ahead and just sewing the keyhole, top stitching the keyhole down. And next, I will sew the armhole that won't have the sleeve. And once you're done, that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my bodice to the mannequin just to see how everything is looking, to see if it's clean, to see if anything needs to be re-sewn. I love my boo. And that's really it. I need to eat. I'm always eating. Next, you guys will take your fabric, put it on fold, and you guys will take your basic basic skirt pattern, and add your measurements: your waist, your hips, and your waist to knee. You guys always remember that. And cut out your client's measurements. As you guys can see, the client's bottom is a little bit big. Her hips was a 50, so it will look a little bit different as I'm cutting it out. Remember that, guys. Next, I'm taking the front skirt and I'm just cutting out the back skirt. Next, I am marking down my top of the skirt because I've had many issues with that before in the past. Now take your back bodice, your back skirt pattern, and I'm cutting a center seam down the back, and this is where the zipper will be going. Now you should have 2 back pieces, left and right. This part is also optional. For the skirt part, I'm actually putting a sheer panel on the side, and I'm showing you guys how this can be done. So that's the shape. I'm going to take this shape. I'm going to actually trace this on with the nude mesh. Also, the nude mesh I got from Fabric World USA. Make sure you guys order a sample of the sheer before ordering the fabric as well. After you're done, this is what the fabric should look like, and this is where you will be placing it at, on the side where you cut it out at. You guys will take that, go to your serger, and you guys will serge the mesh and the skirt together. I'm showing you guys here. After you're done, this is what it should look like: very clean, polished, and done correctly. And make sure you guys stretches, okay, because having mesh that doesn't stretch is not good. Next, you guys will take your back skirt and you guys will sew the side seams together like so, and make sure you pin very well if you need to as well. After you're done, this is what the skirt should look like, and I'm just showing you guys the sheer area. And of course, this is what a client will wear when she has it on, and it's only on the side, so it's not showing anything sexy. Next, I am putting the skirt on the mannequin just to see how everything is fitting and how everything looks. Now for this part, it's also optional. I got my leftover velvet, and now I'm taking it and I'm just draping it within the waist. This will be a small train that's coming out of the waist seam. So now I'm just checking to see how I want it. And then I'm putting it on the mannequin and I'm pinning just to see how it's gonna fall. And once it falls, I'm gonna just take that and go along with it. I'm gonna pin and gather, pin and pleat, and then pin and pleat. This step is also optional, but I wanted to try something new for my client, and I actually like it. And as you guys can see, it's actually doing the work for me. I'm not doing anything, I'm doing the work. It's doing the work for me. And yeah, you know I'm silly. Next, I'm just cutting the material that's not needed or that's uneven, And as you guys can see, the bottom looks crazy. So I'm going to make sure this bottom is done correctly. I'm going to take my scissors and make the best shape as possible that's more flattering for this project. And as you guys can see, I'm freestyling the bottom of this. I'm actually just cutting a skirt and a train to make things even and make sure it just looks good. Sometimes something like this, you don't need measurements. You just got to use your eye and cut it correctly. And also, I'm cutting from the bottom and working my way up on this part to make sure things are nice and even and straight, because you guys do not have to serge the edges. After that, you guys will go off to the side and gather and pin, because at this point, you guys will be taking this gathering train and going to your sewing machine and top stitching or serging it together. Next, I'm pinning my waist together with the waist of my skirt, and I'm inserting the train. After you're done with that, you guys will go to your sewing machine and sew it inside each other, sandwich it each other, and this is what you should have once you're done. Simple, and everything's clean. Yep, nice and clean, and everything's done correctly. My dog, he wants some cuddles. He always wants hugs and cuddles. Next, you guys will get your sleeve and add that on next. The reason why I'm cutting it is because during this time my serger, the needle broke and I didn't have any more needles, so it's back to the basics. Straight stitch and cutting. Now I'm pinning my sleeve to my bodice. Go to your sewing machine, sew it together, and that is it for that part. Next, we're going to go ahead and add in the YKK zipper, just like that. I got my zipper again from Seal Thread for $3, $4, but it's a great zipper. And that's it. I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time in part 2. Love you. Mwah.